Ebusiafo Sunko TV sene yema obibia akwa aba na ebusiafo free bra ye che Abronye DC de ne ekopie mu ewo NIB fo akachi achese amani a ofre mu e honom de busia na nyina ye ni etua na ensamo na NDC manyoko no mu emprofo bi eka ene se no oma silence Abronye DC na sese no abana saa no obie no no obetumi aba montene abeka enyema bone a wo eye ne ho asem oma silence obia esanse se wo hwe chese Black Maria ne ade a ye de fa Abronye ne chese na eyare wo sem papa enye asenkitwa na free bra ye beli Abronye edi besi ende ontumi ma montene emeka sae until say ende finally odi enkrata bi aba montene a wo chese enche oba na betenase esanse enima bi ekoso ewo NDC led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na bahani mu a chese odwene ho a wonte ase na scandal bi ekoso a ono Abronye wenya evidence ase wan fam bre Ghana fo na ya nda ye ho so a na just ono oya ye dipabone esanse the NDC amanyoko no ede ye no enye no ena beba na wakana no ede atum na in fact evidence a owo bia no obe make sure say obesan ede abamont ne Abronye DC ekiremu a obetenasi enumre 7 pm no the ensamawodo pina ede aba abatuda esanse wo kiremu a $6 million bi ayera ewo mangana mu chese ensamawodo ekoso ewo manimu His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kuntuna senyema bi a woye no chese Abronye kiremu a enya senketwa na in fact wo wie ya no ana woko Kennedy akompreko Agyapong supporters bi numu a omode petition akoma IGP say omo sanche Abronye esansa Abronye na omo egya no enya de se beboa MPP amanyoko no ene oman Ghana nyina na in fact nsuo bu akasa ebu mekasa epampam Abronye DC afaye papa eyi a wo kire se enenumre 7 pm eya de se wo ba na obetena se na odi ensampa ede abebugu wono mu abusia enye esenketwa na ensama wodo a ewo sa letter de ba monten se obeka ho asem no de busia woti a ebe shock papa eye yenkoi na enti ensama wodo a abegu ye pronounce abusia Abronye DC asi enumre wo ba na oba abedi hu enkomo ye ba yemu bia no ye de beto aso
mema one panel members na achi na ebia kan yetifo ni ahwefo nyina I think say sansem we are apie no Attorney General ekasai no wankasa in the vacuum okasai with respect to the removal of the Chief Justice na ne kasa mu no oma enhwesodie mienu. He cited the example of Madam Lamte Loretta, who happened to be the Sh0cks boss that was removed. And also cited Madam Charlotte Osei. Then, in coming to the removal of the Chief Justice, as someone Okaya, in fact, Meneno Enyadran, I wasn't expecting him to make. They say the Bar Association has found its voice with the opposition. That is the New Patriotic Party. Now, said the MPP, I think he could have even made his pronouncement, leaving that bit off. He is introducing politics into all these things. Now, so what should someone or no a defeating the conclusion or coming up with? Because the question will be, say, everybody, and Madam Loretta Lamte, ye in the free so ba no ankasa. That was when not on one by NDC na wa abainu. Ye in the free so ba no ankasa. Charlotte say na omu opposition ye in the free so ba no ankasa. So how then does it draw the conclusion say it then means to say the bar is in support of the New Patriotic Party? That cannot be the case. And that from his own analysis at Oyeno, he himself was not fair to the bar. He could have made a statement without bringing in that aspect. Then we see the way forward. Now, I like the question that Ubisa finally say, 2 wrongs will never make a right. Therefore, we are building our democracy. We are improving by the day. We cannot say that simply because something happened in the past and nothing was said. Even if we find it to be wrong, we should still continue with the process because it happened in the past and nobody spoke about it. And yeah, Nenka, your pronouncements will be in the past. No, because, for example, since 1960, that's the criminal code. Now the criminal act was into place. Share your conduct. We knew all along, say some offenses were not bailable. From 1960, I think until 2015. Martin Pegu at the court, Emma Supreme Court said no, that aspect of the law is wrong. Emma ye free honum. So does it mean say that from 1960, Sabrina Krani and Women, and Untentina Debbie? Our democracy is growing, and one of the means by which we grow it is to correct the errors that we've committed in the past. There is nothing wrong if the GBA, for whatever reason, did not speak when NDC did it in power, did not speak when MPP did it in power, and now they are reconciling and saying, no, there is something that has to be done. Now, what is the GBA saying? Or what crime, if I should say, have they committed, for which reason in here the Attorney General of the land, Abekandi Ononake? All that GBA is saying is there should be procedure in place guide the implementation or the application of Article 146. As a meaning, I don't know. And nobody can say there is a clear procedure guide 146. So if they come up to say there should be a clear procedure 146, so be a petition, and I say a petition against anybody who falls under Article 146 and also the clear mind say this is the procedure. For example, if you are sued in court, if you are going to the High Court, you have the High Court civil procedure rules. If it's a civil matter, I wouldn't even say court say any processes are befaso. If it is a criminal action, only procedure befaso from the day court up to the end. But in this instance, there is nothing like that. That is what the GBA is calling for. That there should be such a procedure. A typical example in this case, their course will be to say they decided you may use to High Court civil procedure rules, But at a point in time, that same rules, the chair or the president of the committee had every right say obey him na in a certain direction as he deemed fit. How can it be? So it means there is no clear procedure. That is all that the GBA is asking for. Now, it was a committee that was set up. And a committee, so a choir of us, different from the way a court,